Hello, everyone. This is an absolutely crazy breaking news. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin or what to think about this or how to think about it. Breaking: Nigerian government moves Nnamdi Kanu from DSS custody Abuja to Sokoto prison. The development was made public on Friday, that's today, earlier today, by Kanu's lawyer, AishaYesufu, who announced the transfer in a post on X. This is the Kanu's lawyer that was arrested during the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, and this arrest was done. Come to think about it, as I'm just saying it now, and I'm just wondering, there was no protest again in the when it came to the sentencing or anything. There's no call for protest or any of those things, around there. You would have, for those who were asking for his freedom, you would have expected that, okay, there would have been some kind of this thing around the fact that he has been sentenced, to life imprisonment. But hey, maybe it's a strategy that it's been, or maybe people are overwhelmed by the number of different attacks that have been going on around the country, and there's so many things, out there. That's just a thought. But so this was the lawyer during that Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. His lawyer was arrested, his brother was also arrested, and this, for me, I'm like, what the heck? Is it not just yesterday, Thursday, that they did the sentencing? How come you have moved it all the way from Abuja to Sokoto? To do what in Sokoto? It says the president, definitely not my president, Bola Tinubu-led Nigerian government has transferred the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, from the Department of State Services, DSS facility in Abuja to a correctional center in Sokoto State. The development was made public on Friday by Kanu's lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, who announced the transfer in a post on X. Ejimako wrote, "Breaking: Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has just been moved from DSS Abuja to the correctional facility prison in Sokoto, so far away from his lawyers, family, loved ones, and well-wishers." And I'm just thinking, is this how fast that the Nigerian system and process work? That, oh, there's a judgment yesterday, and all of a sudden you've moved into Sokoto. There needs to be things like, first of all, you're going to have things like the certified true copy is going to come out, because this thing is just not making sense at all. And this is what we talk about when we talk about processes. Everything that has to be done, that you must do it within the ambit of the law. It's not within the issue of recklessness, or you think you have certain power, or you can call for certain things to be done. I would assume, first of all, before they go to the prison or the DSS or whatever it is that is going to take them on, there has to be a certified true copy. And I'll be shocked if you tell me that the certified true copy of that whole thing, it's already out. You have to be that certified true copy, and that would be the sentencing. Whatever it was that was read on media, that cannot be used as a sentencing. It is what is written down that you sue, and it has to be certified, and that's why they always ask for that certified true copy. When you now see that, then that, I would expect, will be the thing that would then be used by them to say, okay, he has been sentenced to life imprisonment. We need to keep him XYZ. And some might say, oh, because they say a more secure facility. But no, this looks odd. This is way off. Why is it that you have people that can't use their head to think or do anything in life? But they always say there is something that they call perception. Perception is everything. How are you carrying him from Abuja and taking him all the way to Sokoto? Hey, I'm gonna have for my Ejimako wrote, "Breaking: Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has just been moved from DSS Abuja to the correctional facility prison in Sokoto, so far away from his lawyers, family, loved ones, and well-wishers." Nnamdi Kanu's legal team had condemned the judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which on Thursday convicted and sentenced the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to life imprisonment on terrorism charges. The lawyers had described the verdict delivered by Justice James Omotosho as a travesty of justice and vowed to challenge it at Court of Appeal. Speaking to journalists after the court session, Kanu Special Counsel Barrister Alo Ejimako said the ruling marked a dark day in Nigeria's judicial history. Today will forever be in Nigeria history. Today is the one day I have witnessed a man being convicted for just what he said from his mouth, not what he did with his own hands, Ejimako said. Ejimako argued that the evidence presented in court did not support the conviction handed down. The verdict is not consistent with the evidence laid before the court. The sentence is overboard, cruel, and unusual, he said. How can you convict a man for making a mere broadcast from a location that was never named, and you never tied that broadcast to any single incident of violence or even someone slapping someone, not to talk of terrorism? He insisted that Kanu's advocacy for self-determination did not amount to a criminal act. To pursue a separate nation of yours is not a crime. In Nigeria today, if somebody says don't be silly, he will get convicted. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made broadcasts, and so what? You convict him for terrorism for mere words in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What kind of precedent is being laid? Ejimako said the team would immediately begin the appeal process. From here, we are heading to the Court of Appeal. We are going to approach the justices there to check out what happened here today. We are very sure that justices there will agree that today was a symbol of travesty of justice that everybody has been suspecting all along. If the Court of Appeal disagrees with us, we will head to the Supreme Court, whereby God Almighty, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not going to start convicted, it is going to be overturned. Another member of the defense team, Barrister Max Okpara, also criticized the judgment, saying it was driven by anger rather than legal reasoning. Okpara appealed for calm in the southeast, urging supporters not to resort to violence. He said that the legal team remained confident that the higher courts will correct what they believe to be a grave miscarriage of justice. I mean, it's only expected, definitely, that they're going to go for appeal, and this is going to go all the way to Supreme Court. So I wonder what is the reasoning behind this whole rush to carry him off all the way, to Sokoto State. Just so let me look at some of the comments that are coming out from people here. You have Abubakar M. Kareto saying, I anticipated this. Federal government sent Nnamdi Kanu to a prison in Sokoto mainly for security purpose, separating him from his support base. Yesterday, the court mentioned his explosive character and ordered him to be held in protective custody in a secure area following his conviction. Onyeka Maokori said, moving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto is the continuation of their Sharia judgment on him. It was secretly planned. Sokoto is a Sharia place with great hatred on Biafra. He doesn't eat the same food, don't speak the language, not the same religion, no relation/family. This person was saying. Olagoke Sulola said, indirectly, he's been handed to the Fulanis. Listen, oh Nigeria, the mistake of Mohammed Yusuf should not be repeated. For those who don't know, Mohammed Yusuf is the leader of Boko Haram, where the Nigerian government took him into custody, and then the next thing he was killed. And from there, his people now became this violent group that started attacking people that we see today. When his deputy took over, that Shekau was very violent, and the rest is history. And so he said, should not be repeated. Nigeria is battling with what seems to be never-ending insecurity known to man and God. The citizens are overstretched as it is. This particular one, I don't know what it is that the federal government was thinking, or whoever it is, to make this. This is crazy.